Okay guys, so I'm using my GoPro to show you my Titans figures that I have, two of them that I have. I haven't gotten Devastator yet, I wanted to get that. But I do know that I'm going to get Triptychon, and I do know I'm going to get Scorponok, the new ones that have come out. But I wanted to show you basically the Titans that I have right now. Of course, this is MetroPlex. This is the whole shebang of MetroPlex here. I mean, this guy is huge. I mean, this is using the GoPro, so it kind of gives you an idea of exactly how big he is. I mean, when you take a look at this, this is the poster of Transformers the movie, and you just take a look like from this angle, shows you how big he is, just from a massive scale. Just huge. I know it's a little dusty, so I do apologize. But yeah, this is a pretty big figure, and I was happy to get it. And I think it kind of still works. I'm not going to chance it though. I have nothing to stand on right now. I can't really get to it or anything, but yeah, it's a pretty big figure here. And this, and then so yeah, you can just see the size of it. It's huge. And then on the other side here, we have Fortress Maximus. This came out about a year or two later. And this guy is freaking huge. Looks like he's leaning a little bit, but it's the best I can do. And just like MetroPlex, you kind of see from this angle how big he is. As a matter of fact, I have my Rodimus, or my Hot Rod / Rodimus, the new one that they did before. I think this was the Earthrise one or something. But this is before War of Cybertron, the one for the new series. But you can just tell by comparison size how big he is. And then, like I said, you take a look from this angle of how big he is too. It's like, whoa. So, yeah, it's a pretty big figure. I didn't put everything on him just yet. He didn't really come with much. I mean, he did come with much, but not entirely. I have some of that hidden away somewhere. I think I have the boxes still for these guys, and that's why, you know, that way if I ever have to move or something like that, I'll put them in there. Like I said, you know, and of course that's the head. Of course, the headmaster, of course, Titan Master, that is. But like you said, you could just tell, just looking at the size. And again, just from this angle, you could see how big he is. That is just massive. And yeah, it's really a big deal. Now, I want to do something. I'm going to stand on something real quickly. This is, of course, the Equestria This is the Equestria Sequestria set. As you can tell, the Cancelot Sequestria set. And basically, this one was a Walmart exclusive because I think it came with Twilight right there, and this as well. But you could tell just by the fact that this is just taller by size, if you will. You can tell it's taller by size. But when you compare the size of it, you take a look. If you took off this top part right here, I just had it. If you take off that top part right there, this one right here, and actually if you take these two top parts off, then the MetroPlex and Fortress Maximus are about the same size as this thing. I mean, you take this off, take these two parts off, and even that part off, and well, actually you could leave that part except for the top, the little roof. You take the roof off, you take these things off, and you take that off, and these things and Fortress Maximus and MetroPlex are about the same size as the combined Sequestria Cantalot Equestria set. They're about the same size. I mean, here's the thing. This came with it. This is part of it. You compare it right here. You can just see it. This thing is half the size. Well, it's not half the size, but it's basically almost maybe a foot below Fortress Maximus and MetroPlex. That's pretty tall. But yeah, in closing, I just wanted to show off my Titan Returns MetroPlex and Fortress Maximus for the first time using my GoPro, which kind of gives you a better idea of like the largeness of these characters in comparison to some of the other figures I have, as well as basically the comparison to when it comes to them almost being in height. I mean, look at this. As I said, look at this. I'm gonna try to lift this up. Look at that, right at the top. This part here is the same size, is basically from top to bottom. It's the same size. As a matter of fact, actually, Fortress Max and MetroPlex are actually about the same size when you combine the roof of these top parts right here. They're basically about the same size as the whole set. And the reason the set is taller is it's on my Sony 5-disc DVD, 5-disc CD player, which used to be my late grandpa's. But yeah, it's on the CD player, making it taller than Fortress Max and MetroPlex. So if you were to take it down, because if you look at the foot scaling, I don't know if you can really see that. It basically shows that if you took the set down, or you took the CD player off or away, that basically the Cantalot Sequestria set, Fortress Max, and MetroPlex are the same size combined all together, even including the rooftops. But because it's on the CD display or the CD player, the only way these two could be the same size as it is if you take these two things here, and that off, and they're about the same size even with it on the CD player. But again, like I said, if you take the CD player away, they're basically about the same size, which is really, really interesting. Because again, if you take a look on both ends, it does kind of show that. You know, now that I've kind of spotted that, you know, I got so into kind of saying how big they are, I didn't even notice. Oh, wait a minute, they're the same size anyway. What am I talking about? You know. You know, like I said, they're the same size anyway. Well, you know, like, what am I talking about, you know? But anyway, just thought I'd show you guys that, and let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like, and let me know if you've tried to make a comparison of a similar fashion. Let me know down below, and I am out.